These are your ovaries. These are your ovaries on drugs. Now let's talk about the ovary in the pelvis. The ovaries are suspended in the pelvis by multiple ligaments, one of them being what's called the infundibulopelvic ligament, which would be this one right here, and that contains the main blood supply to the ovary. It also attaches to the side wall of the pelvis. It's kind of like a sock with the ovary attached to it. Now, a typical ovary is actually much smaller than this. It's about 4 centimeters in size, or the size of a walnut. They are also not super heavy, and so walking around, running, jumping, trampolining, whatever, doesn't really move the ovaries too much. And you can kind of tell that by if I'm moving, it's kind of still staying in place, even if I'm doing like high impact activity. It's not moving too much, right? In comparison, this is your ovary on injectable gonadotropin or controlled ovarian hyperstimulation medications for IVF or in vitro fertilization. You can see it's much bigger, it's a lot heavier, and can be up to 10 centimeters or more, which is about the size of a grapefruit. As the ovary gets bigger, that puts strain on this infundibulopelvic ligament, and any kind of physical activity can worsen that strain. The other problem is that the ovary can twist on the infundibulopelvic ligament, and that cuts off the blood supply. And again, to compare the hyperstimulated ovary with the regular ovary, if doing regular activity, there's still more bounciness to the heavier ovary, but when you're doing high intensity activity, look at how much that heavier ovary bounces. And it's when that ovary twists on its stalk that the blood supply is compromised, and the tissue of the ovary can die. Now, sometimes it can detorse itself, but sometimes you need to have surgery to detorse the ovary, and sometimes you can lose the ovary. And this is why with IVF, we recommend avoiding high impact activity, because we don't want this to happen to you.